Yeah, the Premier League's heating up, ain't it? The Premier League is heating up, isn't it? We've seen since the conception of the Premier League, it's always like that. Tipsy turvy. Tipsy turvy, it's unpredictable. And that's the beauty of the Premier League since its conception in the early 90s. You can't really predict who's going to win the league. It's good, innit? That's why we love the Premier League. It's so unpredictable. It's like watching a blockbuster movie, ain't it? Yeah, it's like watching a blockbuster. We've seen Liverpool's resurgence this season, haven't they? Everyone was saying, "Oh, they're gonna drown under Slot. They haven't got Klopp anymore, have they? They're gonna drown." But it's not really true, is it? Arnie Slot's come in, and we knew his credentials. We knew he had the minerals to move Liverpool to the top, didn't we? Yeah, he took Feyenoord to their first league title in years, didn't he, in the 22-23 season, and he got them to a Conference League final as well. He's got those minerals. He's got the minerals, ain't he? He's got all the vitamins to resurge Liverpool, hasn't he? And we can see it right now, haven't we? We see it right now. They're top of the Premier League. Leading up to Christmas is great, isn't it? I'm a bit biased because I'm a Liverpool fan, ain't I? Liverpool. It's a stack or starve season, isn't it? You either have it or you don't, and we've seen a lot of pretenders lurking around, ain't we? Arteta, Mikel Arteta. He's capitulated, ain't he? He ain't the same manager he was since he bought the dog win, has he? Arteta bought a dog called Win in hopes to inspire his team, but it's not really working, is it? It's really peculiar, they're calling their dog Win, but they don't win on the pitch. He hasn't really won a league or any title or any trophy since 2020, has he? 2020, I was a little fat boy, weren't I? I was fat as fuck, and now I ain't. So, 5 years, it changes a lot, doesn't it? It changes a lot. Arteta's trying to be like pepperoni pepini. He's trying to change the system. Because in the 22-23 season, they signed Jesus and Xhaka was moving it up with Odegaard. They were just saucing, weren't they? That counter-attacking football's dynamic and fresh. It was like a tribute to the Wenger days, weren't it? Yeah, them days were wavy when they used to float the ball across the pitch, playing that expansive and technically sound one-touch football was beautiful to see, weren't it? But they fell off a cliff now, man. They fell off a cliff, and Pia Pulis. Can't even get my words out because he's got the Hollister models, isn't he? Lurking around. He loves those 6 foot plus Hollister models, don't he? Pia Pulis. He gets them all to stand at the crossbars and the penalty boxes and surrounding other players, and they play dirty, don't they? They have to play dirty now. No Conan and what's his name? Crept. Conan and Crept. He wants his Hollister models to play dirty, don't he? He's like Tony Pulis, that Stoke City feeling. He gets opposition players fouled so he can utilise their set pieces to their advantage. Snidey. Absolutely snidey. You know, the other day he came out saying, we want to win everything. We want to win all the titles. We want our academy to be the best. Oh, we want every set piece to be the best. We want the best players. We want the best staff. Oh, but it's not really true, is it? It's not really true. He's lying to the Arsenal fans, ain't he? He's lying to the Arsenal fans. You know, it's like Travis Hunter and his girlfriend, ain't it? Travis Hunter, you know, his girlfriend's lying to him. You know, she's saying to him she wants him, you know, she loves him. And initially, she wasn't really into him, was she? She said that he was in her DMs and she ignored him. And, you know, obviously now he won the Heisman Trophy. The Heisman Trophy is like the Golden Boot, the Golden Boy Award, you know, is different now. He's leveled up. He's got the bag, and it's typical women stuff, isn't it? You know, it's in their biology to just secure the bag. Even if they don't mean it when they say they love you, but it is what it is, isn't it? Do what man know. And that's what like Arteta's doing right now, ain't he? He's lying to the Arsenal fans, telling them they're gonna win the league, and you know they've got all the ambition to go forward to win the league, but they failed twice in a row, haven't they? They ain't won the league in 2 seasons. They're falling apart. Yeah, this guy don't want to win, does he? Nah, he just wants to live in London with his hot wife. His hot wife. Yeah, and did you see in that all or nothing, which means nothing in the Arsenal life? But he said he had to conquer his wife. He had to conquer his wife, you know, when they were dating. He had to do the most to get his wife. So you'd think if he had that same mentality when it comes to his job and securing Arsenal league title since 2004, you know, 20 years, you know, is quite a long time, ain't it? It's a long time, you know. They're just the glorified Spurs, ain't they? With a couple FA Cups and a couple league titles. It doesn't really mean much, does it? They ain't won the trophy with the big ears, have they? They ain't won the trophy with the big ears. He does look like Spock, don't he? He looks like Spock, man. Some managers just have different ingredients, you know. Some managers have that knack for winning, but you know, he just wants to be a movie star like Spock, doesn't he? Pepperoni Guardiola. Look at his face. He's self-harming now, ain't he? Yeah, he's mentally fucked, man. He's just angry at life right now. He's scratching the life out of himself, ain't he? To be fair, we've all been there, and so, you know, he's doing all this in public. It's normal, ain't it? It's human behavior, but you know, he's just got that venom inside him, doesn't he? You know, he's outside just beating up scousers on the main road. Did you see what he did here? He tried to beat up that scouser, didn't he? He tried to beat him up. You know, he's just crashing out. He's moving like Joe from You. This guy here just epitomizes Pep's inner demons, don't he? He's going sicko mode like Travis Scott. Sicko mode. Yeah, Man City are falling off a cliff, ain't they? They're falling off a cliff, and Pep Guardiola, he's losing his shit. He's Thomas Cooked right now, ain't he? He's Thomas Cooked. Young City fans don't know what it's like, do they? They've got all the money and the cash growing up since Man City's conception in 2008, when their sugar daddies, Sheikh bin Mansour came through with a bag, didn't he? And they won all the titles, they had Aguero and all of them times, didn't they? So the young G's at Man City, they don't really know what it's like to be in the mud, They were born into modern day football royalty, weren't they? Now they have to stick through the thick and thin, It's like a married couple on the verge of divorce. They have to be there for each other. Listen, young G's, adversity builds resilience, don't it? You can't be a diamond if you ain't been under the pressure. So this season that City are in, it's not looking good, but buckle up, innit? Buckle up. It's only bound to get worse, ain't it? Big Steve on the Big Six show the other day, he said, if you had to ask him, well, would you take 4 league titles and a treble for one bad season? Then all of you on the panel would take it. Not really, mate. Not really. It's not really true, is it? I mean, you lot got 130 charges, It went from 115 to 130, It's just stacking up, ain't it? Man City are fucked, ain't they? They're going through the thick of it now, Off the pitch issues, on the pitch issues, They're sitting at 4th place, So they ain't really up there, are they? They're pretending, to be big and bad, but, this season they're crumbling, ain't they? They're crumbling. Levels. Yeah, you notice I haven't mentioned Chelsea, haven't you? You notice I haven't mentioned Chelsea, because Todd Bowie, he went heavy this summer, didn't he? Yeah, he bought a bunch of 17, 18-year-olds, didn't he? And he brought these kids into the summer, stacking up at Chelsea. He likes them young, don't he? He likes them young, don't he? Allegedly. He's on his P. Diddy thing, ain't he? P. Diddy. He's holding all the young lot, isn't he? And they're doing well, Maresca. Enzo Maresca, he's doing the business with Chelsea right now. So they're doing their thing, They've got the players, they've got the Cole Palmers, the Enzo Fernandez, Christopher Nkunku. They're doing their business, aren't they? So we can't put them in the same bin as Man City and Arsenal right now, can we? Yeah, these are the title pretenders, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, on to the next one, mate. On to the next one.